Cassava Sciences stock. You must have heard already that this company is pursuing the development of drugs or treatments for the incurable Alzheimer's disease. And of course, you may also know that over 5 million people in the US have this disease, and in the world, it's probably more. Around the world, it's probably more. And currently, this stock, or the company, yes, the stock, is currently one of the most contentious publicly traded US stock as of today, the 27th of December 2021. The controversy and allegations of data manipulation, it goes all the way back to 2005, all the way back, and of recent, 2 academic journals have cleared the company of any manipulation of this said data. The latest being the Neuroscience journal and the other the Journal of Neuroscience. And we have also seen that there has been public petitions to the FDA not to halt the studies and all the stuff, and petitions and counter petitions. The controversy is just so much. And of course it all definitely follows with short interest and shortens and all that stuff. So you can clearly see here it has a short interest of 27.47%. The float is about 37.31 million, and the current volume for out of that 37.37 million is 10.25 million, so which is around 27.47 million shares. So the CEO of the company and president, Remi Barbier, said recently, I'm quoting him, this reinforces his conviction, or my conviction, that false and misleading allegations of scientific misconduct being made against us are simply designed to enrich those making them. And being one who has been involved in this space, equity trading space, you can't say that those who are trying to sell this short thesis are not there to make money. So Simufilam, this is their drug, the drug they are working on, the drug the FDA is still considering. Simufilam is a new oral drug candidate for Cassava Sciences for the proposed treatment of mild to moderate Alzheimer's disease. So as at the 23rd of December 2021, Cassava Sciences announced the launch of a new clinical website called rethinkalz.com. rethinkalz.com. So this site is intended to provide access, visibility, and information on Cassava Sciences phase 3 study and efficacy studies of oral Simufilam. So over 25 clinical sites across the US are now participating in this phase 3 efficacy studies of this drug Simufilam as it concerns the treatment of Alzheimer's disease. So what are the catalysts? We have been able to deduce? There are indeed, so many of them, depending on who is looking at them, your own catalysts could vary, but what we have deduced so far, and will continue to improve them, is that improving the eligibility criteria for participating in the expanded access clinical trial is one of them. Including these expanded access, improving on the criteria is one of them. Because this is amongst other things. Apart from the amongst other things, these are some of the things that are all associated with this stock. So broadening its criteria as it concerns these two trials, Rethink ALZ and Refocus ALZ, broadening the criteria as it concerns these 2 clinical trials, clinical research studies, is another catalyst. When that happens, things can happen. So any hint that Cassava advanced and severe any hint that Cassava's advanced and severe Alzheimer's disease can be accommodated in these trials or subsequent ones will be a catalyst. Any hint that because right now it treats a mild to moderate Alzheimer's disease, but if the advanced and more severe ones can be accommodated, any hint, even any hint as such, will be a catalyst, will be a bolster. It will bolster things. It will ginger people. There's a good chance it will ginger some sort of it will ginger the momentum further. So early approval of the drug Simufilam, and if there is hope for treating Alzheimer's disease, that is definitely easily another catalyst. So technically for the stock, we'll go all the way. We'll begin first of all with the 1-day chart. You can see this is what's been going on. This is just what happened as at the 23rd, I believe. This is 23rd of December 2021. The stock, the line, it was just moved pretty much sideways. Yes, moved pretty much sideways, and ended up the trend ended up in a bearish one. So momentum is also improving as at when things closed. It's been improving. Towards the end of it all, it was just pretty much improving. So we can also see that also the accumulation is also improving as well. This is just as it happened on during that last trading session. The highs of that session was $45.84. So let's have a look at the 3-day chart and see what's going on there. The 2-day chart is also pretty much like that 1-day chart as well. The highs of that 3-day chart is $48.07. So the 48.07, yes, I believe I forgot what we had in that last session. Okay, the highs of 48.07. Let's see, if you don't mind, recap and see what the highs of this last trading session was, the 23rd. 45. Okay, so it's still trading below its highs of the last 3 trading sessions. So let's go ahead, and it just moving sideways. Also on this 3-day chart, the momentum is also improving as well. Accumulation is gradually improving, but we all know very well, we'll get to that in any case as we progress, and we'll see how things have happened. So let's look at the 1 month chart and see what's going on there as well. The 1 month chart is a bearish one. Something unique is also happening here. Let me show you what's something unique going on here. Momentum is also, but momentum is waning on this 1 month chart as against what's going on in the 1 and 3-day charts. Okay, so something unique here is going on. You see, while as at the 22nd, so just early in the session of the 21st of December, just earlier, around 33 minutes into that regular session, the stock was on the move. It was gaining momentum. You can see that price rate of change is extending, unbalanced zone indicator, all of them extending, momentum extending, the MACD histogram above 0 and rising. Momentum, we can see that is also rising. The MACD above has just crossed above the fast line of the MACD histogram, crossed above the slow line. Sorry, the MACD crossed the signal line, and it was extending. Also, the price rate of change also extending, but unfortunately the RSI was retracing. That was quite a unique one. I think what it indicates there, that amongst other things, during that time, much obviously, yes, a lot of people were also selling, but maybe or rather that rally wasn't going to leave out much as such. It seemed, but it's even at that, it wasn't the case. It continued to extend, and has never really, that rally took it up above its 50-day moving average, and since that time, based on this 1 month chart, is it 1 month chart? Yes, it hasn't fallen below that 50-day moving average on this 1 month chart. So it does happen sometimes, accumulation falling when there's a rally, when there's everything is improving, momentum is improving. So 1 year chart, let's see what's going on here with the 1 year chart. We have the 1 year chart here. This is the also reflects the 3 month chart as well. So we can see what's going on here. I think the line trend is quite a bullish one, is it? It's not exactly okay. Let's just put it at the line trend is still, it's maybe not bullish, not exactly bearish, but yeah, okay, let's just leave it at just being bearish. But what we can also see is that the stock has been retracing. When it reached this high of $90.98 as at the 5th of November, then it started to retrace. Started to retrace. We can always quickly go in and find out what was happening there. Naked short report. See what's going on there. What happened there as it concerns the volumes for cassava stock. 5th of November. We don't have that figure here, unfortunately. Fortunately, we don't have it. So, but definitely, it rallied. It rallied. This is the 2nd. This is the 4th. So it began to rally on the 3rd. It began to rally on. It rallied on the 4th and continued again to the 5th. So that was when started to retrace. And that time, it hasn't. It fell from that from the 8th of November. It began to retrace and actually fell below all of its moving averages on this 1-year chart. This is not even the lowest it got, but since what is certain is that since that time, it hasn't closed above its 10-day moving average. So what we're seeing now is lower lows of late. The trend has been lower lows. Yes, that is what we have been seeing. It's just that of late now it has just as at the 21st and the 23rd, things have started to improve. But before that time, it was the trend was a bearish one, and you can see that pretty much a bearish one. In that within that short time, always getting constantly challenged by that 10-day moving average, constantly challenged, and still hasn't closed above it. Still has not closed above it. So the readout here is saying that the stock it's consolidating within a longer term downtrend. Shares are presently below the 200-day moving average and which is falling along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index is below 20, indicating that the shares have exhibited sideways movement. It's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum is improving on this for this 1-year chart. Is that the case? Momentum is also improving. Yes. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase SAVA stock. The unbalanced zone indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Yes. So buyers are presently more active than sellers. So let's see whether we can determine a price target for the stock. Okay, let's get all the way down to much more recent figures. So this will use this 15th of okay, let's use the 14th of November price of 47.01 and 35.72. 47.01. Okay, 11.69 times 2.618 give you 30.60 plus 44.19. Is that not too ambitious? 44.19 will give you a target of $74.79. So in the short term, maybe within 1 month, it has a prospect of getting to $74.79. So let's look at in the coming days, within 1 week, what sort of target are we looking at here? Let's see what we can use within 1 week. Let's use this high of 46.66 and 41.96. 46.66. Yes. 46.66 minus 41.96 will give us 4.7 times 2.618 will give us 12 plus the current price of 44.65. 56.95. So that's within 1 week. It can get to 56.95. So our target range is between 56.95 and 74.79. So see what you make of cassava stock, and we'll definitely continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.